So I've been recently going through my arsenal. It's been a while since I did a level cap, and I wanted to try a new weapon. So I went through my arsenal, and I found the Nagantaka Prime. And this one is a hell of a weapon. Damn man, the slash procs is something.
Fuck.
Pray that this light will carry on. I'll stay until you leave me drowning.
Hey everyone, it's me again. Boy, I missed doing level cap runs. Today I got you the Nagantaka Prime, one of the strongest weapons I have ever used, dealing massive amounts of slash procs. So without further ado, let's check out this weapon. This weapon has a base of 25% critical chance and 2.3 times critical multiplier, and a sky high status chance of 39 and a 90% slash weight. And the weapon has alternate fire that drops all the magazine in one shot. The alt fire has the same stats. Also, this weapon has a passive that gives you 50% reload speed when you get a headshot, and the weapon forces impact procs, so it's a good candidate for internal bleeding. But in this scenario, I'm not building for internal bleeding or hunter munition. I'm building for pure status chance. You're not convinced, and I get that. Okay, let's see how hunter munition performs with some crits. And this is how internal bleeding and this is the status chance build will look like. What you have seen is just the minimum requirement for each scenario. In case of status chance, I just have some status chance, like 100%. And for anti-munition, just critical delay, and internal bleeding, just have internal bleeding. Doesn't need anything. But there is one downside for internal bleeding, that this weapon needs a lot of fire rate since it's a single target weapon, and internal bleeding loses half of its power by increasing fire rate above 2.5 bullets per second. And the weapon is not like the Kupa Checker that explodes on contact. So I'm going with the status chance route. But if you want to build a viral hunter munition build, it's your choice. And it's not gonna be bad overall. But now you will be asking why we're using Revenant. I just use Revenant because I want to stress test the weapon. You can use Ash with his passive and roar to buff the slash procs even more, or Citrine with Arcane Avenger and her third ability Prismatic Gem to buff its damage. I've tried this one and it was really disgusting. Okay, now since you have decent understanding of this weapon, let's see some builds. First, I'll show you Revenant and move on to the weapon. In the aura, I got Enemy Radar and Vigilante Pursuit in my Igvilus since you don't need Prime Shift fitted. These two mods will give me enough enemy radar to know where the demolition will come from. Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, Umbral Intensify for ability strength, reaching my ability strength to 298%. Prime Flow for the large energy pool, paired with Arcane Energize for the juicy energy replenishment whenever I pick an energy orb. Prime Continuity for some duration to sustain my roar, and Streamline for some ability efficiency, just to have this little balance. And Natural Talent, a really important mod with Revenant. If you're not using some casting speed with Revenant, I don't know what you're doing. Seriously. Rolling Guard to give me 3 seconds of vulnerability whenever I want to recast my Mesmer skill, and Arcane Acceleration or Fire Rate to my primary, which is the Nagantaka. Now, with my Nagantaka build, For your day-to-day content, use Merciless, but in my case, since it was a disruption build, I'm using primary dexterity, prime shred for fire rate and punch through, galvanized chamber for multi-shot, galvanized aptitude will give me status chance paired with hammer shot for critical damage and status chance. Also, galvanized aptitude will give me more base damage depending on how many status effects procced on a target. Let's say gun seal, critical delay for crit chance, vital essence for extra crit damage, prime bane of Grenier, a really important part of this build. Without a faction mod, you will deal funny damage. Prime fast hand for reload speed since this weapon sucks at reloading. And vigilante supplies for imitation. My helmet will be, as I told you, war. My secondary will be the infamous Epitaph, modded for viral and heat, and this is the build. You can use secondary encumber, but I forgot to change it when I did the run. But yeah, there we go. My melee will be the Glaive Prime, just to kill enemies and stack my Dexterity Arcane. One sec. Where is the thing? Okay, very well. Bro, this weapon is broken. Okay, as you see, the build is as usual. The only difference is the fact that we have the Exodus slot, so I went with Dispatch Overdrive to give me extra movement speed whenever I heavy attack. And technically, we are throwing the weapon and heavy attacking midair. And with the new additions with Wither in the Walls, we got melee exposure that give me extra corrosive damage whenever I use an ability. And we will be doing this quite often. The focus scope doesn't really matter. I just had Vazarin since my loadout was set to it. But my recommendation could be Xeneric for more energy sustainment with Willspring. For my companion, I'm using the Worm. Make sure to have Tenacious Bond with a Vocal Lock with Point Strike just to have enough crit chance to satisfy its condition. And the Vigilante set for extra crit tiers and some viral in case it's procced. And that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. Please consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind. Also, dropping a like is very appreciated. Stay tuned and see you all next time. And good luck with Gauss Prime farming.
With